Hello, my name's Milan. Today I'm going to be showing you everything you need to know about segmenting for e-commerce email marketing newsletters. If you're an e-commerce brand with over 10,000 emails on your list, or you're making over $60,000 a month in sales, this video is going to give you the blueprint for segmenting that you can build off to build an effective strategy. So, to get into it, first things first, why do you need to segment your list? And the simple answer to that is just to personalize your marketing. You have a vast range of different personalities on your email list, from people that love your brand, they know you really well, they've purchased from you multiple times, down to people that can't even remember how they got onto your email list. So it's important to personalize the marketing that you have to cater and be more relevant to these different groups of people. You can't send the same message to both of them because it doesn't make sense and it's not going to yield the best results. So you're going to get substantially better results if you tailor your message to these groups. And because you send more relevant information to these groups, if you do segment properly, it's going to reduce churn and protect your brand's positioning. Because if you constantly get emails that just aren't relevant to you, you're going to start to wonder. You're going to just stop opening their messages. You're just going to start ignoring their messages, or you're going to unsubscribe or mark their email as spam. Or number two, it's also going to help create loyal audiences and ultimately lead to more sales if you can get segmenting done properly. So when should e-commerce brands start to segment? I said 10,000 emails specifically because at that point you should have some kind of segmenting strategy set up. And I'm going to run through the ROI of segmenting very quickly here. So let's say you have 10,000 emails and it has a 20% open rate and you have a 1% placed order rate on your emails. That's not horrible. Those aren't horrible stats if you're blast sending to your entire list of 10,000. This is a message that it's not tailored to any specific person, but you're sending it out to everyone, so hopefully someone likes it. And this is decent statistics. If you were to break your list into two and make two messages that let's say engage that audience a bit more specifically, you might get a slightly higher open rate because it's a bit more relevant. More people are going to open it. Slightly more people are going to order from it, and that's going to lead to 23 orders from one half and 23 from the other half. Let's even say we have 5,000 and we have a 20% open rate, and we have a 1.5% order rate. So let's say this is the same, 20% open rate and 1.5% order rate. That is 15 orders here. And let's say the open rate doesn't even open. We have 15 orders here just from one half. So we do that to the other half too. That's more orders overall. That's 30 orders. Ignore this number here. That's 30 orders, which is a 50% increase just as a result of segmenting. So it's definitely something that's going to yield better monetary results, which makes it worthwhile doing on its own. But there's other non-monetary benefits as well to segmenting. So if you send more emails that are opened by more people, that's gonna help your deliverability because Gmail and Yahoo and Outlook see your email as something that's sending content that's more engaged. Your emails will be less likely to go to spam, which is what we want. And you're also not fatiguing your audience by sending them non-relevant content. They're not going to unsubscribe. They're not going to ignore your emails, which is what we want at the end of the day. So let's get into it. So now that you understand why segmenting is important, I'm going to explain how to actually do it. So all email lists can be broken down into two basic categories, and that's your buyers and your non-buyers. We can break it down even further, like you could see, into one-time purchasers and VIPs. And your VIPs are people that really care and love your brand. They rave about it to your friends. One-time purchasers is naturally they've just purchased once. For your non-buyers, there's a bit more categories. There's people that are ready to purchase and they're almost buyers. They just need something before they cross the line. You have brand aware people. These are people who know who you are. They click on your emails every now and then, but need a bit more nurturing before they're ready to purchase. and then you have the just unengaged group. So we can niche this down even further, but I think this is generally something that can be applied to most companies and email lists, and so we'll just keep with this for simplicity. So we know who they are. Let's go into identifying these segments. So because this is the theory, let's actually practically go. How would you identify them on Klaviyo? So VIPs, that's your people that have purchased. It's pretty easy, 3 or more times. But let's say your average order value is $200, and someone has made a $1,000 order, and they've only purchased once. They've made a $1,000 order. They would be classified as a VIP, right? So we can have this as the basic criteria, and we can add in additional people that have spent over a certain amount that we can consider them as VIPs as well. For one-time purchases, it's easy. It's just people that have purchased once, but likewise, we'll just exclude these people that have spent, $1,000 in one purchase, because those guys get special treatment. Non-buyers, this is a bit more interesting. So for people that are ready to purchase, it's based on behaviors. If someone's deep in the ecosystem, if they've been viewing products multiple times in the last 30 days, if they've been on the website multiple times, these are all indicative of, they're powerful indicators of buyer behavior. They're just on the cusp of making a purchase if they're checking out your website multiple times. So these are the kind of things we do to pick them out on Klaviyo as a segment. The amount of times depends on your business, on the brand, on your category, but this is a general guideline. And then with non-buyers, people that have not so much necessarily been viewing products or going on the website, but just a bit less, that they are clicking on emails, or they're clicking multiple messages, or they're opening. Opening is a weaker signal, but if they're clicking on messages and opening messages, this is someone that's brand aware. If they're opening emails from you, they know who you are, they see your emails, they just aren't motivated enough to click on your message. And then your win-backs and re-engaged, these are people that haven't really interacted with your brand. They haven't clicked an email or opened it in 180 days plus. So these definitions that I've laid out, it's a good starting point, but it is going to vary industry to industry and brand to brand. Just to give you a quick example here, if someone's buying a Gucci bag once every 2 or 3 years, they might be considered a VIP to Gucci. Or this could be any luxury product that's $5,000 or $10,000. If they're buying one mink coat, as an example, every 2 or 3 years, they're probably a valuable customer. They're probably a VIP. But if it's a Nike t-shirt that they're buying once every 2 or 3 years, that Nike definitely wouldn't consider them a VIP. They're probably considered in the one-off purchaser range. That's the kind of marketing that they would use to target these people. And then likewise, if you're buying Oreos, which are cookies, if you don't know, once every 2 or 3 years, those people would be considered a win-back, because a food item you generally got to purchase multiple times in a 6-month period if you want to be considered a VIP. So yeah, just to note here, that just highlights that point over here. Let's go into what type of content we actually send to each of these segments. So we'll start in the opposite order now. We'll go from the bottom and we'll work our way up. But for the win-back segment, these are people that just don't engage with our brand. And there's probably something in our company or brand that wasn't solving the problem that they had or doing it for them before. So to lure these guys back, we need to give them something new. So every time there's a new product drop, if there's new content or we're doing a collaboration with another brand, if there's new colors of some of our products, this is the type of content we want to send to them that's going to basically lure them back and potentially solve whatever issue they have that our company couldn't solve in the previous state when they were engaging with us. So that's the type of content we can send. We can send offers like 10% off to come back and make a purchase with us. However, generally the goal of the win-back segment, it's not always to get them to come back and purchase. It's just that we just baby steps get them to engage with our content again. Giving deals, we don't like doing it. It devalues the brand. But if that's something that you're comfortable doing, you're comfortable giving 10% off or 15% off, it might be an easy tool that you can use to get someone to come back. Now, naturally, there's always going to be people that are inevitably going to engage less with your emails. There's people that are going to drop off. And so if, sometimes we may have to send subject lines that kind of shock them or clickbait them to some extent, just to get them to open the messages and engage. We don't ever want to do this for people on other segments, but sometimes if they're going to drop off anyway, it's like a Hail Mary, may as well, that we can try, or we can have a really good offer that we give them to bring them back. So that's the win back segment. For non-buyers that are brand aware, generally this is people that have only recently found out about us, and there's a lot of information that they don't have about who we are. They generally, it's just a baseline lack of knowledge that they have, and they don't know what our brand's about. They don't know our values, founder story, shipping policy, all that information. It's not with them. So for engaging this segment, we need to understand what are the reasons that someone would be interested in our brand. So a good example here that I can just show you, here's one of our clients, U-Club. They're a natural cleaning products brand, and one of the unique products is a linen spray. So reasons people could be interested in this company could be because they sell natural products. There's no harmful chemicals in them. It could be because it's just cleaning products. People need cleaning products. Linen sprays are pretty unique. Not many people make them. So that could be another reason why people call them. So this is the kind of content that we would send for this brand to their non-buyers that are brand aware. There's always key reasons why people purchase a company's products, and so the content we make here is all about just knowing those reasons and conveying it to them. And the better you can do, this is really just understanding your customers and understanding your brand and sending marketing that informs them on who you are. So if there's any group that we send generalized but targeted content to, this would be the one, and we would send stuff like the company's story, the collaborations you've done, your socials, your most popular products. We work with a pet food company, and some, you might find that for them, one of the products is for helping anal glands issues in dogs. So you could send information like, hey, did you know that 1 in X amount of dogs have anal glands issues? These are the products you could use to help solve that problem, as an example. This group, it's difficult to deal with and really personalize content to them because they need to identify themselves. And if you're new to, let's say, a company like Apple, what is it that sells you to Apple? Is it the fact that they have simple to use products? Is it the fact that your friends are on iMessage? Is it the ecosystem? You don't really know what it is that crosses the line, so you just got to send information on all of them over a period of time. Not blasting, but just over 2 or 3 weeks, that information gets communicated. And then something's going to resonate and they're going to start browsing products, and then we can start sending them more tailored messaging. If they start looking on their websites, their definitions update, they get moved into a different segment, and then the marketing starts to get a bit more personalized. So the next group is non-buyers that are ready to purchase, and this is when it starts to get a bit more interesting because these people know baseline more about our brand, but it's just one key piece of information that they're missing that's stopping them from making a purchase. Remember, they are looking at the website. There's purchasing intent behind their actions. And so the one key piece, it's usually a specific objection that they have that's stopping them from purchasing. So we work with an auto brand that sells car parts online. And one of the key objections with car parts is it going to fit? So if we can address this objection via email, this is the type of content that's going to resonate strongly with them. It's likely to be the last thing they need before they purchase. So send information to this segment like, here's our delivery policy, here's our guarantees, here's how to figure out your, we work with another brand, it's a ring brand. If you're buying a ring online, an objection you might have is like, well, what if it doesn't fit? And they have a guarantee. If you buy it and it doesn't fit, you can get it resized if you tell us within 14 days, for free. So that's kind of content you would send. Another one, you could send offers to these guys because they're just on the cusp of purchasing, and hey, here's 10% off if you make your purchase within the next 48 hours, but generally we don't like to do that. We use it as a last resort because we want our customers to find us organically, to organically fall in love with our brand, and we don't want to train our customers to wait for when we have sales or give them discounts to make a purchase. It's not a sustainable long-term strategy, and basically you get the idea. Now, for buyers and specifically one-time purchases, the goal of this segment is to upsell them more of the same thing or cross-sell them complementary products. So as an example, if they're buying sunnies, we want to sell sunglass cases as a complementary product. If they're buying linen sprays, to go back to the U Club example, we want to cross-sell them on refills for linen sprays, because that's a perfect match. So the type of content we want to send, first and foremost, we want to reaffirm their purchase decision so that we reduce post-purchase regret. If we can reduce that, they're happily going to come back, and it's going to be easy to convert them on other products that we sell. But the type of content that we send to do this is, here's how to take care of your product. Did you enjoy your linen spray? Here's how to take care of it. Here's how long it's going to last. Here are some creative ways that you can use your linen spray. Just to go back to the U Club example, a good example is it's a linen spray. It's made specifically for mattresses, but we sent an email saying, hey, you can actually, I found this out recently, you can use the linen spray on your shoes to help your shoes not smell after a hike or after a long day of wearing your shoes. You could use it in your car seats. You can use it anywhere really that has any kind of fabric. So sending information like that shows the customer that you still care about them after you've taken their money, and you want to maintain a relationship with them, and that's how you can reduce post-purchase regret and keep them coming back. So if we do this well, people elevate and they purchase again and they become VIPs. And this is the segment that is your special segment. These are the people you treat really well. So we still want to cross-sell and upsell them products, and it's easy to do so because they've purchased from us multiple times, and it's easy to sell to people that have already purchased from you. But we want to send them offers too, and I don't necessarily mean discounts when I say offers. I mean early access to deals that you're running. If you're running a Christmas sale or a Black Friday sale, we give them early access to deals during Black Friday. We want to give them early access because we want them to get in and get their sizes before all of the other customers that can buy from us. If we have back in stock notifications, we send an email to them. It's like, hey, we send the email to them first before we send it to everyone else. We want to reward people for being purchasers of our brand, and this is what's going to keep them coming back even as a VIP and build loyalty to us, so they go out and tell their friends and family about our brand. And that's ideally what we want. Now, because this is our most valuable segment, we can send them interactive content for other valuable things as well. So let's say we're launching another product. We're trying to decide between product A or product B. One way of doing that would be running Facebook ads or any kind of ads and just testing the return on those ads, what has the most interest, and deciding with that data. Alternatively, you could just send an email to your VIP customers asking, hey, we're thinking of launching this product or launching this product. Which one do you think you're more likely to purchase? And you can hear the words straight from your VIPs. It's like, I want this. And you save money on ad spend, and it's a direct line of communication to your most valuable customers to get this information. So you get a lot of information. It also has a big deliverability bonus if you ask questions to a large amount of people and a lot of them respond back. That shows that your email is engaged, and it helps keep your email out of spam. If you are struggling with emails going to spam, I have another video on deliverability, which I'll link in the description, and you can watch that to help you fix that. So yeah, Now, like I said, these people love you and they will tell their friends and family about you. So you want to incentivize them to leave reviews because they're going to paint your products in the best possible light. If you can give them deals to make UGC content for TikTok or other platforms, and they'll happily do this. And if you do send content, that if you do want to send other social proof content, you can send community focused content of other VIPs enjoying other products in your ecosystem. So people just like them that are using your products in ways that they're doing it, like product hacks as an example, and that's going to resonate really well with this group, just like it will with the one-time purchases as well. So I hope that this has been a good guide and given you more of an insight on how you would do segmenting. Again, it is a test and learn process, so it's no hard and fast rule. It's truly brand specific in terms of the content that you send. But I hope this is a good baseline to help you build on top of and make a good segmentation strategy. Obviously, it takes a lot of time and capacity to come up with creative ways to engage your audience. So if you need help with this stuff, please go on our website, hamiltonemails.com, or shoot me an email, and we can have a call on how we could help. If you're an e-commerce brand with over 10,000 people on your email list, or you're making over $60,000 a month in sales, we definitely can have a conversation on helping you, like we have for many other brands. So thanks for watching. I hope you got some value, and hopefully chat soon. See ya.